So, okay, we'll see about Unit 4 today. Unit 4, we already started and we completed 50% like forging and upsetting and operations of forging. Now we will see about forging problems. So, okay, நம்ம வந்து hot forging, cold forging and forging operations அன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்த்தோம் upsetting, punching and estimation of material losses பார்த்துட்டோம். So now we are going to estimate the forging cost. நம்ம previous classல பார்த்த மாதிரி material cost, labor cost, overhead cost. These are the estimation of forging cost. So forging problem, first problem is about we are finding out the losses and material cost. And here the material cost for problem one is the given figure. In given figure, there are three pieces. That is a square two and one cylinder is given. So 500 pieces of a component will be produced from a 50 mm diameter stock bar. Calculate the cost of manufacturing. If material cost is rupees 2,750 per meter and forging charges rupees 1.50 per centimeter square of surface area to be forged, and overhead expense to be 12% of the cost of material cost. So in this problem, they have given the material cost and the forging charges and the diameter and overhead expenses. You have to find the material cost and various material losses like shear losses, scale losses, flash loss. These are the losses of forging process. So first, we have to find the material cost. For that, we have to find the net volume of the material. So the volume of square is length into breadth into height. So for in here you can see in first component 40 is the length and 40 is the breadth and 40 is the height. So 40 into 40 into 40. And second component is about cylinder. So volume of cylinder is pi by 4 d square into L. So here d is 80 and the length is 120. So pi by 4 80 square into 120. And the third component is about square. So length into breadth into height 40 into 40 into 40. So we will get a volume of the net volume of finished material is equal to 731186 millimeter cube. And next we want to find the material loss. Material loss is nothing but shear loss, scale loss, flash loss, and tangled loss. These are the losses of forging problems. So first, shear loss is about 5% of net volume. So we want to find 5% of net volume. So 5 by 100 into, we already found the net volume. So by substituting net volume, we get shear loss. And the scale loss is equal to 6% of net volume. So 6 by 100 into net volume. By substituting, we will get scale loss is equal to 43871 millimeter cube. And the flash loss, taking flash width is equal to 20 mm and the flash thickness is equal to 3 mm. We get volume of flash is equal to, we have to add the periphery of the parting line of dice into flash width into flash thickness. So by multiplying flash width and flash thickness with periphery of a parting line of dice, we get 33600 millimeter cube. This is the volume of flash. Next, tongue hold loss. By taking 20 mm extra length required to held in a tongue, so tongue hold loss is equal to area of a cross section of a bar into length of the tongue hold is given 5 by 4 d square, that is 20 square. They have taken the 20 mm extra length, so pi by 4 20 whole square into 20, we will get tongue hold loss. And the sprue loss is equal to 7% of net volume. So 7 by 100 into net volume, we will get sprue loss. So we found the shear loss, scale loss, flash loss, tongue hold loss, and sprue loss. We want to add the total material loss. So by adding all the material losses, we will get 171496 millimeter cube. So gross volume of the material required is equal to net volume plus material loss is equal to gross volume. So we want to add the net volume and material loss. We will get 902682 millimeter cube. And area of a cross section of 40 mm square bar stock is equal to 1600 millimeter square. So length of the bar stock required is equal to gross volume divided by area of a cross section of bar stock. We already found the gross volume and area of a cross section. So we will get the length of the bar stock required. So is equal to 564.2 millimeter or 0.5642 meter. So given that material cost is given and total material cost, you want to multiply the length of the bar with material cost. So you will get material cost. Total material cost is equal to rupees 1551.55. So next, the cost of forging. Surface area of the shaft. So we want to calculate the surface area. So here they have given the 40 into 40 and 4 into 40 into 40 plus pi by 4 80 square minus 40 into 40 plus pi by 80 into 120 plus pi by 4 80 square minus 40 into 40 plus 4 into 40 into 40 plus 40 into 40. These are the surface area of the shaft. Here you can see 40 into 40 is the cross section of the square section, and pi by 4 d square is the surface area of the cylinder, and surface area of a square, another third section, is equal to 40 into 40. So surface area of the shaft is equal to 530.13 centimeter square, and the cost of forging is already given 1.50 per centimeter square. So we want to multiply 1.5 with 530.13. So we will get total cost of forging is equal to rupees 795.2. So next, overhead expense is equal to 12% of cost of the material. They already given the 12% of cost of material. We already found the total material cost. So we want to find the 12% of material cost. So 12 by 100 into 1551.55 is equal to rupees 186.19. This is the overhead expenses. To find total forging cost for 500 pieces. In question, they are given the 500 pieces of component. So total cost of a shaft is equal to, we want to add the material cost, forging cost and overhead expenses. So by adding those, we will get rupees 2532.94. So total cost of 500 pieces of component is equal to 2532.94 into 500. We will get rupees 12 lakhs 66,470 rupees. This is the overall cost required for manufacturing of 500 pieces of a component. So understood, Ada?
Yes, sir.
And next, we are going to see about next problem. So next problem is about 150 pieces of shaft. In first problem, we have seen the 500 pieces. And next, we are going to see about 150 pieces of shaft. So it is having a diameter of 2. Estimate the cost that is required. So they have given the material cost is equal to rupees 300 per meter, and the cost of forging is equal to rupees 1000 per square meter of surface area to be forged, and overhead expenses to be 100% of cost of forging. Consider all losses. They have given the material cost and the cost of forging and overhead expenses. So diameter is 20 mm. They have given. So first we have to find the net volume. Net volume is equal to first pi by 4 d square into L. In this problem, you can see first component is cylinder, second component is also cylinder, and third component is also cylinder. So volume of a cylinder is pi by 4 d square into length. So pi by 4 d is 10 and length is 75 for first component. For second component, d is 20 and length is 125. For third component, d is 10 and length is 70. Here you can see net volume is equal to pi by 4 10 square 75 plus pi by 4 20 square 125 plus pi by 4 10 square into 70. So we will get net volume is equal to 50658.18 millimeter cube. This is net volume of the given material. And next we want to find the all losses: shear loss, scale loss, tangled losses, flash losses, screw loss. So first shear loss. For all problems, shear loss is equal to 5% of net volume. So 5 by 100 into net volume, we will get 2532.91 millimeter cube. And the scale loss is equal to 6% of net volume. So 6 by 100 into net volume is equal to 3546.07 millimeter cube. And we have to take the flash loss. By taking the flash width 20 mm and the flash thickness is 3 mm, we will get periphery of the parting line of dies, that is 75 plus 125 plus 70 into 2 plus diameter plus 10 plus we want to divide the, see, we want to minus 20 minus 10. So we will get a 10 plus 20 minus 10 plus 10. These are the periphery parting line of dies. And we want to multiply with the flash width. The flash width is 20 mm and the flash thickness is 3 mm. So we will get volume of flash is equal to 34,800 millimeter cube. So next, tang bolt rods, taking 20 mm extra length required to be held in tongue. So area of a cross section of a bar. Area of a cross section means nothing but we have pi by 4 d square into length. So here d is 20 mm. So pi by 4 20 square into length is also 20. So we will get 6283.18 millimeter cube. This is tang bolt loss. And the screw loss is 7% of net volume. So 7 by 100 into net volume, we will get 3546.07 millimeter cube. This is the screw loss. So we found the shear loss, scale loss, flash loss, tang weld loss, and sprue loss. Want to add the all losses to get material loss, total material loss. Total material loss is equal to 2532.91 plus 3546.07 plus 34,800 plus 6283.18 plus 3546.07. We will get 5708.23 millimeter cube. So we found the total material loss. So next we want to find the gross volume. Gross volume is equal to net volume plus material loss. So net volume we already found, and total material loss also we found. By adding those, we will get gross volume is equal to 101366.41 millimeter cube. This is the gross volume. Next, we want to find the area of a cross section for 10 mm bar stock. So pi by 4 10 square is equal to 78.54 millimeter square. This is area of a cross section. So we want to find the length of the bar stock required. So length of the bar stock required is equal to gross volume divided by area of a cross section. So gross volume we already found, and area of a cross section is found. By dividing both, we will get length of the bar stock required is equal to 1.29 meter. So given that they have given the material cost is equal to rupees 300. So we want to multiply 300 with that a length of the bar stock required. So we will get total material cost is equal to rupees 387. And next we want to find the cost of forging. For that we want to find the surface area of this shaft. So surface area first component pi by 4 d square. So pi by 4 10 square, and next pi into 10 into 75, that is surface area of the cylinder is pi into 10 into 75 plus, and next for second component we want to multiply with pi by 4, and we want to subtract capital D minus small d, that is big diameter 20 minus 10, that is big diameter is 20 and small diameter is 10. So pi by 4 20 square minus 10 square plus pi into 20 into 125 plus third component pi by 4 we want next we want to negative, that is subtract the capital D minus small d, that is big diameter minus small diameter. So pi by 4 20 whole square minus 10 square plus pi into 10 into 70 plus pi by 4 10 square. This is the surface area of the shaft. So by calculation, simple calculation, we will get 13037.61 into 10 power minus 6 meter square. This is the cost of surface area of the shaft. So we want to multiply with the cost of forging. The cost of forging is given in the question itself, rupees 1000 per meter square. So you want to multiply 1000 into surface area of the shaft. We will get rupees 13.04. So next we want to find the overhead expense. In this problem, they are given the overhead expense is equal to 100% of cost of forging. So 100% of cost of forging is nothing but overhead expense is equal to, is also known as rupees 13.04. So next we want to find the 150 component total forging cost for 150 pieces. So we want to add the material cost, forging cost, and overhead expenses. By adding these three, we will get rupees 413.08. So we want to find for 150 pieces. So we want to multiply total cost required for forging into 150. So we will get 413.08 into 150. We will get rupees 61,962. This is the total forging cost required for manufacturing of 150 pieces. Next, we are going to see about welding. First, we have seen about the forging process. In forging process, we have seen the forging operations like upsetting, downsetting, and shaping, and punching, and shearing. And next, we have seen the losses, scale loss, shear loss, tang weld loss, and flash loss, sprue loss. And next, we have seen about the problems, how to find the total forging cost for given manufacturing process. So next, we are going to see about welding. Welding is nothing but joining of two pieces permanently by application of heat and pressure. So by application of heat and pressure, we can join the material with the help of electric current. So it can be fused together permanently. And types of welding: pressure welding, non-pressure welding. In welding, we can use pressure and non-pressure also. For example, laser beam welding. In laser beam welding, there is no pressure is applied. But in pressure welding means arc welding. Arc welding requires a pressure. So estimation of welding cost. Next, we are going to see about welding cost. So here you can see estimate the welding cost for making a lap welded joint. Here you can see in figure 4.28, they have given the figure. Here you can see the weld is a lap joint. So for that we have to find the welding cost. And the available data are given below. Length of joint is equal to 1 meter, and electrode diameter is equal to 6 mm, and the minimum arc voltage is equal to 30 volt. Current used is equal to 250 amperes. Welding speed is equal to 10 meter per hour, and the electrode used is equal to 0.35 kg per meter of welding. Labor rate, that is labor cost, rupees 40 per hour, and power rate is nothing but current, rupees 8 per kilowatt hour, and the electrode rate is equal to rupees 55 per kg, and the efficiency of welding machine is equal to 60%, and connecting ratio is equal to 0.5. Overhead charge is equal to 40% of direct charges. So we want to find arc welding cost for making a lap joint. First, we want to find the electrode cost. So electrode cost is nothing but we are using the electrodes for welding process because electrode is used for shielding process. Shielding, we want to shield the welding joint in uh, in 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 case of a production of a weld, because the atmospheric air will react with the weld joint and it will become rustification. So for that protection we want to use the electrodes. Electrodes consist of a flux material. Flux material will deposit on the surface of the weld joint, so it can protect the weld joint. So first we want to find the electrode cost. So cost of electrode per meter of the weld is equal to electrode used per meter into electrode rate. In that they have given the electrode used per meter is equal to 0.35 kg per meter, so 0.35, and the electrode rate is also given rupees 55 per kg. So we want to multiply both, we will get cost of electrode. So to find labor cost, next labor cost, time required for welding 1 meter length is given 1 by welding speed. 1 by welding speed. Welding speed is already given 10 meter per hour. So 1 by 10 is equal to 0.1 hour is equal to 6 minute. That is, we want to first we want to transform into hour, and then we want to transform into minute. So 6 minutes. And labor cost at rupees 40 per hour is they are given the labor rate is equal to rupees 40 per hour. So 40 into 0.1 gives rupees 4. Rupees 4 is the labor cost for welding per hour. So to find the power cost, we know that power cost is equal to B into A by 1000 into T by 60 divided into 1 by efficiency into 1 by R into C. So this is the formula for calculating the power cost. V is voltage and A is ampere, that is current, and T is electrode diameter, and efficiency is given 60% efficiency of welding machine is given. So R is connecting ratio and C is power rate. C is power rate. They have given the voltage, ampere, and electrode diameter, and efficiency, and power rate, and connecting ratio. They already given all the values. So we want to substitute the values in the formula. So we will get power cost is equal to rupees 20. So next we want to find the overhead expense. Overhead expense is nothing but we want to add the electrode cost, labor cost, and power cost, so that we will get overhead expenses. So 19.25 plus 4 minute plus 20, we will get rupees 43.25. This is the overhead charge. That is total direct cost per meter of weld. This is the total direct cost used for welding process. Overhead charge is given as a 40% of direct charges. So 40 by 100 into 43.25 will give rupees 17.30. This is the overhead charge. First, we want to find the total direct cost used for welding process, and next we want to find the overhead charges. So next, to find total welding cost, we want to add the direct cost plus overhead cost. So we will get rupees 60.55. Since this is a double fillet lap weld joint, Here in this problem, you can see this is a double lap joint. There is a double lap joint, so we want to multiply with 2. So by multiplying total welding cost with 2, we will get 60.55 into 2, we will get rupees 121.10. So for producing the double lap joint, the cost required for double lap joint is rupees 121.10. So understood, Dada? Okay, next we will see about foundry cost. Foundry cost is nothing but foundry is also a type of welding, but in this process we are using the casting. Casting is nothing but we will heat the material and we will pour into the die and we will use a solidification process. Solidification process is nothing but the heated molten material will solidify inside the die, so we will get the desired product. It is called foundry. So estimate the total cost of 20 CI flanged pipe casting shown in figure 4.30, assuming the following data. So cost of a CI rupees 30 per kg, and the cost of a processing scrap is equal to rupees 7 per kg, and the process scrap is equal to 2% of net weight of casting, and the molding and the pouring charges is equal to rupees 15 per piece, and the casting removal and cleaning is rupees 5 per piece. Administrative overhead is rupees administrative overhead is equal to 5% of factory cost, and selling overhead is equal to 70% of administrative overhead. So foundry is nothing but we are using the casting process in foundry. Casting is nothing but we are heating the raw material into the molten metal. The molten metal is passed into the die. So solidification process takes place. After solidification, the molten material solidify into the desired shape, that is die shape. So we will get the desired shape of the material. This is the casting process. For casting process, we will require the material molten material and heating process and labor cost. So and for this you want to estimate the cost required for foundry. So in this problem they have given the cost of CA rupees 30 per kg, and the cost of a process scrap, that is the scrap material will be produced in the casting process. For that rupees 7 per kg, and the process scrap is equal to 2% of net weight of casting, and the molding and pouring charges is nothing but we are heating the material and the molten metal is pouring into the die. For that rupees 15 per piece, and the casting removal and cleaning, we have to remove the die and we want to clean the dies. That is, a sand is used for the casting process. We have to clean the sand that is fixed on the die. So we want to clean. For that cleaning process, rupees 5 per piece, and administrative overhead is equal to 5% of factory cost, and selling overhead is equal to 70% of administrative overhead. So first, let us find the net weight of a CI flanged pipe shown in the figure. First, we have to find the net weight. So break up the flanged pipe into similar parts A, B, C, and D. We are going to find the volume of A, volume of B, and volume of C, and minus D, because the D is nothing but it is a passage. So we want to subtract the D. So first, volume of A. Volume of A is nothing but it is a cylinder. So pi by 4 d square into length. So pi by 4, 160 is the um, diameter. That is here they have used in the meter, millimeter. In a figure they are given the centimeter, but we have to calculate in millimeters. So 16 centimeter is transformed into 160 millimeters. So pi by 4, 160 square into 20. 2 centimeter is given as a length. So 20 millimeter. 20 millimeter is the length. So pi by 4, 160 square into 20 is the volume of A. So volume of B. Volume of B is nothing but pi by 4, 100 square into 200 length. So volume of C, pi by 4, 160 square into 20 minus pi by 4, 50 square into 240 is the volume of D. So by calculating the net volume, we will get 1903,805.15 millimeter cube. This is the net volume of cast component, and density of a cast iron is 7.2 gram per centimeter cubic centimeter, that is cc. So we want to multiply the density with net volume. We will get, so only we will get net weight of the cast component. Net weight is equal to 13.71 kg. This is the net weight of the cast component. So next we want to find the material cost. So process scrap is equal to 2% of net weight of casting. It is given in the question itself. So 2 by 100 into net weight is 13.71 is 0.274 kg. This is the process scrap. Gross material required is equal to net weight plus process scrap. This is the gross material required. So net weight already found, process scrap is already found. So by adding those two, we will get gross material required is equal to 13.984 kg. This is the gross material required for casting process. So cost of CI, that is a cast iron. Cost of a CI is rupees 30 per kg. So we want to multiply cost of 13.984 kgs of CI is 30 into, we want to multiply the gross material required. 30 into 13.984, we will get rupees 419.52. This is the cost of CI. So cost of a process scrap is equal to rupees 7 per kg is given in the question itself. We want to multiply cost of a process scrap into, we already found the process scrap is equal to 0.274 kg. So 7 into 0.274, we will get cost of a process scrap is equal to rupees 1.918. Then material cost per piece, that is, we want to find the material cost, total material cost. We found cost of CI and process cost. Next, we want to find the material cost. Material cost is equal to cost of CI minus cost of a process scrap is equal to rupees 417.560. This is the material cost per piece. So first we want to find the cost of CA. Next we want to find the cost of a process scrap. For that, the cost of CA is already given rupees 30 per kg. So we want to multiply with the gross material required. Next, cost of a process scrap is rupees 7 per kg. Already we found the process scrap. So we want to multiply process scrap into cost of a process scrap. So we will get cost of a process scrap is equal to rupees 1.98. Next, we want to find the material cost per piece. For finding the material cost per piece, we want to subtract cost of CI minus process scrap, cost of a process scrap. So we will get rupees 417.60. This is material cost per piece. Next, we want to find the labor cost. So molding and pouring charges is equal to rupees 15 per piece, and casting removal and cleaning rupees 5 per piece. This is the labor charges. Total labor charges is, you want to add these two. So 15 plus 5 will get rupees 20 is the total labor cost per piece. Next, you want to find the overhead. Overhead is nothing but material cost. First we want to find the factory cost, because in question they have given the overhead charge is nothing but 70% of administrative overhead, and administrative overhead is 5% of factory cost. So first we want to find the factory cost, then only we will get administrative overhead, and after getting the administrative overhead, we will find the selling overhead. So first we want to find the factory cost. So factory cost is equal to material cost plus labor cost plus direct expenses, if any. In this casting, there is no direct expenses used. So you want to add the material cost. Material cost is 417.60 is material cost, and labor cost is 20. So by adding this, we will get 437.60 rupees. 437.60 is the factory cost per piece. So administrative overhead is equal to 5% of factory cost. So 5 by 100 into rupees 437.60, we will get rupees 21.88. This is the administrative overhead. Next, we want to find the selling overhead. Selling overhead is equal to 70% of administrative overhead. So 70 by 100 into rupees 21.88, we will get rupees 15.31. So these are the overhead expenses for the casting process. Next, we want to find the total cost required for producing the 20 cast iron flanged pipe. So we want to add total costing. First, we want to find the total cost. Total cost is equal to factory cost administrative cost, and selling overhead. So factory cost is 437.60 and administrative overhead is rupees 21.88 and selling overhead is rupees 15.31. So we will get rupees 474.78. This is the total cost required for casting. So for producing the 20 CI flanged pipe, we want to multiply total cost with 20. So 20 into 474.79, we will get rupees 99,495.80. This is the total cost required for producing the 20 CI flanged pipes. So understood, Ada? Understood about foundry cast, Ada? So the welding is nothing about, it is a joining process. In welding, there are two types of welding, pressure and non-pressure welding. Pressure welding are nothing but arc welding and submerged arc welding. These are the pressure weldings. And resistance seam welding. Resistance seam welding means we will use the current. Resistance, the operation of resistance is nothing but it will oppose the current, which will generate the heat. The heat, this heat is used for welding process. These are the pressure welding. And explosive welding, these are the pressure welding. And non-pressure welding is nothing but electron beam welding, laser beam welding, and plasma arc welding, gas welding process. These are the non-pressure welding process. So in the fourth unit, we will see about welding, forging, and foundry. Foundry is nothing but casting. Casting is nothing about, we will see the casting in foundry operations. For example, cast iron. Cast iron is first heated and which becomes a molten metal. The molten metal is poured into the dies of a desired shape at the specific heat rate and flow rate and the density. So the flow rate, heat rate, and density depends, which depends on the material is used for casting process. So by pouring, the material will flow into the rise. First, we will pour the material into the um, inside of the die, and the riser indicates the riser is used to indicate the um, material, flow of a material. So riser is used for a level of to see the level of the material, flow of the material. So first the molten metal is poured inside the dies, and after some time solidification process takes place. So after solidification, the green sand is used for to withstand the heat that is produced around the dies. So the green sand will used for tight tight fixing of an dies. So green sand is used for die preparation. So after solidification process, the green sand is removed around the die, and the solidified metal is taken out, and solidified metal is surface finished by using the grinding process. Grinding process is majorly used for casting because in a casting process, build up edges and extra material, that is bulged build up edges and scraps is produced on the surface of the work material. So we want to remove those build up edges and scraps around the surface of the material. For that, grinding process is used. After grinding, the material is used for quality audit. Quality audit is nothing but we will see the porous is present on the surface of the material, because through porous the atmospheric air will flows into the porous, and chemical reaction will take place, which lead to rustification. So we want to audit the material for non-porous material, non-porous surface of the material. So after quality audit, the material will be used for the applications. So for that, we want to find the foundry cost required for producing the pieces. Understood, Hariharan?